Hey, I'm Sam and I'm part of the Unilever Future Leaders Program, or UFLP, working in the marketing function. So I'm currently in my second year of the UFLP program. I started back as an intern about 3 years ago now, before coming back as a grad. So this is my third rotation and I am overseas at the moment, based in the Netherlands at our headquarters in Rotterdam. So at the moment I'm working in the global ice cream team. So previously I'd worked in the Australian ice cream team on local marketing, and now my focus is really on global marketing. So as part of the Magnum team and later the Walls team, I'm working on really strategic thinking, so strategic innovation and tracking the brand globally to see how we're progressing. And it's a completely different type of work, even though it's all marketing, to what I did in Australia, because you're working with different businesses around the globe, different offices, different cultures, different time zones, and countries where Magnum may mean a completely different thing to them as it did to me in Australia. So you really get that opportunity to remove your own bias and prejudice from understanding what a brand means to you, and think about it at a global level, and understand how to develop a brand at a global level when it means so many different things to so many different people. So at the moment I'm based here, and I'm based here for 6 months, and it's for me it was the biggest draw card to Unilever was the international rotation, because for me working overseas was always really important in my career, and this gives me a taste really early on of what working overseas is like, because it's a really exciting opportunity. It's completely different, and you're thrust into a new world, but you consider as well that you're moving your life, that everything outside of work is new. Supermarkets are new, you've got a new language, and it's really amazing exposure so early on in your career, and it's a taste essentially of if that's what you like, if that's what you want to do later on, as well as making, I think, some pretty great connections in the global office if moving to a global office or a headquarters is something that interests you, and working on the strategic direction of a brand from a global level rather than the local marketing, which is really about execution. And working with local agencies and media agencies to execute the projects. As a student, I found it really difficult to differentiate between businesses, because it's kind of impossible to understand what each will offer you as a grad. And the reason I chose to accept the offer from Unilever was because I felt that they were the most invested in my development. Everything I've hoped for has honestly been the case. I've been given lots of on-the-job vocational training. My managers and my director have been hyper involved in me and my rotations to make sure that they're relevant and that they accelerate my development. And to be honest, I think the fact that Unilever funds a 6-month overseas rotation is unrivaled. Not to mention that the whole point of the UFLP is to make you manager ready at the end of the program. So you really have a tangible goal that you're working towards. So personally for me, the UFLP has been an awesome journey and continues to be an awesome journey. And I personally couldn't speak more highly of the business, especially for grads looking to just learn as much as possible early on and to get that exposure to all aspects of the business, but to really work in a business, I think, that is genuinely invested in your development. I think the thing that sets Unilever apart as a graduate program is that they are very, very invested in your development, and you have a lot of businesses that talk the talk, but I feel truly after my 2 years here that Unilever walks the walk when it comes to your development.